watching Follow Startups, and this is your host Ankita Pahava. Before we get to today's guest, let me ask you something. Have you ever been stuck in the confusing world of legal jargons? I mean, maybe you've even hoped for contracts to just somehow decode themselves, saving you all the hassle. Well, guess what? Radhika Kabbade has made that a reality with her brainchild, legalbook.io, which harnessed the magic of AI to do just that. She's the founder and director of legalbook.io and here with me right now. Hi Radhika, welcome to Follow Startups.
Hi Ankita, thanks for having me here. Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to have you here, Radhika. Okay, so let's kick things off with a bit about yourself.
So right now I'm the founder of LegalBook.io, which is an AI-based contract assessment platform. But I'm into practice of corporate law since last 15 years. I'm a corporate lawyer and a company secretary by profession. Also, I am an IIM alumni, and that's it. Right now, I'm navigating a startup.
That's lovely, Radhika. Okay, now let's dive into the heart of it all, which is legalbook.io. So tell us, what does your startup do and what lies at the core of your product offering?
I'll answer the second question first. What lies at the core? The core of our offering is to make legal simple for all. That's
Hmm.
the core where we want to reach. And what the product does right now is it helps its users to decode and understand the risks that are present in a particular contracts within just
Hmm.
minutes.
Oh, okay. So help me understand this. Like, how can a company adopt LegalBook for their use? Like, is it based on a subscription model with premium services, similar to how it works for other AI tools that are available in the market?
So yes, it's a generative AI platform specifically for legal contracts,
Hmm.
and it's a SaaS-based platform wherein users can upload their contract, and we have a predatory pricing of $15 per contract. You upload a contract, and LegalBook instantly generates 4 to 5 kinds of reports, which first is a summary understanding of your contract in layman terms. Second is a complete redlined contracts, which is particularly what legal teams need. Is so you submit a contract to a lawyer, right? What happens then? The lawyer goes through the complete contract. The lawyer redlines the contract, checks the legal risks, the commercial risks. It also checks the legal hygiene of the contract, the document hygiene of the contract. So that's exactly what legal book does. Right now, primarily, legal book is helping lawyers and law firms in reducing their laborious tasks.
Fantastic. Okay. So, who are the primary clients you cater to with LegalBook? You said lawyers and legal firms. So, are there any other target market that
So
you primarily serve to?
the market segment is fabricated in basically there are law firms, there are individual lawyers,
Hmm.
there are companies which are SMBs, basically small and medium sized companies, and there are corporates specifically in the BFSI segment, because banking, in banking everything is a contract.
Yeah.
Like a single personal loan is a contract, to lease purchase is a contract. So
Hmm.
everything in the banking segment, there is a lot of contracts that happen day in day out. So banking and finance segment is something that we are targeting, and also with lawyers and law firms in US is our primary target market.
So, how long has it been since you started LegalBook as a business model?
We actually incorporated ourselves in 2018, but the
Hmm.
product has been launched in the month of February. Having why? Because basically data annotation and data labeling in generative AI needs a lot of hard work, lot of data penetration, and having said that, we have annotated more than 62,000 contracts of various categories. There are more than 159 categories of contracts that are available on legal book, and that so we have launched ourselves in the month of February, but the company was incorporated in 2018 and it is headquartered in United States.
That's amazing. So, where exactly would you place LegalBook in its growth journey as of today? What's the current stage?
We are maybe early revenue and a product market fit. I mean, we have found a product market fit because there are early adopters, there are paid pivots, there are paid POCs that are going on. We have early customers, and we are at a doorstep of early revenue.
Okay. So, I am actually interested in diving into the nitty-gritty of how this platform works. So, imagine that I have a stack of contracts that I need to review and I decide to use legal books technology. So, if I upload all these copies, what happens next? Like, could you explain this to me with some real-world use cases of how this process unfolds?
So typically, Ankita, what happens is you send a contract to a lawyer,
Hmm.
and the lawyer takes its own fancy time to review because that particular main lawyer is actually busy in onboarding clients, doing crucial negotiations, litigating in the court. I mean, he is already hands on with a lot of work. And then he gives that to his associate or a paralegal, which takes his own fancy time to go through all the provisions, all the recent enactments, the comparable contracts, comes to the senior associate after 3 4 days. Then the senior associate again spends a day, then sends the customer a lengthy contract which is minimum 10 pages, right? And that contract, again the client has to go to the complete contract redlined by the lawyer. Having said that, what actually legal book is trying to do is, alternatively, when a customer sends a contract to a lawyer will upload that contract in the legal book IO, which helps him analyze that contract literally within minutes. So whatever a lawyer does, which takes 3 to 4 days, is done by AI within 3 minutes. So what it does, it compares that particular contract with minimum hundreds of its types in the database and populates a result stating that, hey Ankita, clause number 1 to 10 is present in 60% of the contract, 70% of the contract, 80% of the contract. But clause number 11 is basically an anomaly. Instead of this clause, it recommends you a clause from the clause directory. Today, if you come to me as Radhika, probably I'll give you a result which is 15 years of my expertise. If you go to a lawyer who's 40 years into an industry, probably he'll give you a result which is more finer. So that's where the AI chips in. First is the expertise. You're actually giving the client 100 years of expertise in various areas of practice, probably areas which you don't have an exposure or expertise also. Second is the time. It actually does this within 3 minutes. Not only this, but it also gives you other reports, which is a complete fact analysis. So it will extract all the facts and the obligations party wise as a report. Third is it will give you complete risk analysis of how risk averse this contract is, or how biased this contract is, or what are the categories of risks that this contract caters to. And last but not the least, it will actually review the contract just the way a lawyer will do, meaning that it will check all the basic discrepancies, the literature changes and the grammatical errors. It will check the legal hygiene of the contract and much more. And this seamless experience happens maximum within 3 to 5 minutes.
Wow, I'm wondering how much time it saves. I mean, that's undoubtedly a game changer for the legal industry.
Imagine you can actually upload a contract and get a legal summary
Hmm.
just for your understanding, even, and you can send that summary with your own logo to your client just as a first hand report of what the contract says and how peaceful be the client will be meantime you're actually working on it. This is one of the use case for the law firm, but for corporates also and in-house general counsels also, it saves a lot of their time because then they get a lot more time to do the real work, which is negotiations and the litigation. And routine and mundane contracts can be just reviewed by AI.
For sure. Radhika, talk to us about some of your existing customer base, people or companies who are already benefiting from Legal Book.
So Ankita, I mean, there are more than 50 plus law firms, including few prominent law firms in like Stark and Stark from US, which are using Legal Book AI as a platform as their partner in growth and in contract making. And there are banks like Yes Bank, and there are few other corporate clients that are using Legal Book AI for reviewing their contracts.
So, Radhika, where is your customer base primarily located? Like, is it more focused on US or India?
Uh, right now, our primary focus is on the US markets as technology is fairly nascent in India and adoption is really slow. But in US, there are competitors already there, and hence it becomes easy for us also to spread our wings. And technologically, they are more, welcoming than India. So I think that's helping us.
So, Radhika, give us some insights into your team. Like, what's the team structure right now, and like, what are the key departments that are involved in running Legal Book?
So we are a team size of 21 people. Half of the team is lawyers and half of the team is technology, AI, ML, and developers.
Hmm.
And that's like a perfect mix for a tech legal company because it blends the best of both the worlds. Like somebody who understands how to develop, how to give a good user experience, how to train the AI models, and somebody who is a real time user, like the domain experts, and they understand what a lawyer really needs or what an in-house general counsel would expect. I think that that's the mix of blend of both the worlds.
So, are there any key roles that you are actively looking to fill in at the present?
We are still looking to have good people from AI and ML backgrounds.
Hmm.
Specifically, we are looking at good IIT, IIM freshers who would actually are more enthusiastic to work in a startup and also experienced marketing officers who have had hands-on experience in US. So we are looking for a CMO as well who have established startups in US market who understand the US market primarily.
Well, guys, here's your chance to apply. So, now moving on to the business side of things. Could you walk us through how Legal Book generates income? Like, what are the different sources that contribute to your revenue?
So the revenue sources are very clear as like just like the market segment. So one is the lawyer law firm,
Hmm.
solo lawyer. So our pricing starts as low as $15 per contract, and it's in the bucket of $45. So you need to buy three contracts, which is $45, and you can just start with that. Having said that, we have corporate tie-ups that have been done, and that's primarily the key source of revenue for us, and that depends on enterprise model, enterprise to enterprise, how customized the package is. And we also have tie-ups with practice management softwares, contract lifecycle management software, and CRMs, that is customer relationship management softwares, wherein we help cater to their particular needs of particular contracts, and that's been the revenue source so far.
Are there any significant business numbers or growth numbers that you'd like to share with us that conveys the success of Legal Book so far?
So we have secured our lead investor at a pre-seed level, and we have raised about $1 million at a pre-seed level,
Hmm.
with at a valuation of 50 crores and upwards. And now we have a traction of, to be very precise, 61 lawyers that are law firms that are using. So I think from February to we are sitting in August, I think that's a good traction to have.
Well, congratulations on that. So, are there any current plans or discussions in the pipeline for raising capital further? I mean, 1 million is a huge number.
We are raising up to 5 million in tranches though, and we are in talks with few of the VC firms, but those are at very early stage right now.
Ah, okay. So, Radhika, since we also have plans to promote this video to large enterprises, investors, tech giants, and a broader ecosystem, are there any specific areas where you are seeking help currently, whether it's partnership, expertise, or any connections?
Absolutely. As I just mentioned, on the recruitment side, we are looking at hiring CMOs who have hands-on experience in US markets. Secondly, we are exploring tie-up and partnerships with CRMs and CLMs, because as much as we really do understand that contract lifecycle management softwares want to do what we are trying to do, but we want to collaborate with them than compete. I think co-creation would work for in favor of both of us. And last but not the least, I would like to have lead investors, not just more investors investing in us, and somebody who understands more on the AI and ML and tech, and who is keen to grow and multiply, as legal tech is a very booming industry, and at the same time it's at a very early adoption S curve. On an S curve, if I have to put it, it's at an early adopters growth stage. So there is no unicorn yet in that segment. Having said that, it's a good strategy to invest in a legal tech company right now.
Sure. So before we wrap things up, could you give us a glimpse of what's next for Legal Book? How does your next 12 months look?
So next 12 months are clear. We actually, this product right now is just an MVP one of what we actually imagine as a full-fledged product. So on the product development side, yes, there are a lot of developments that we are doing. We are working on features such as we're in a collaborative platform like this. We have a discussion on a deal and the contract is being created at the back end. So that's like a deal room feature that we are working on, and many of those features on the product side. On the marketing, I mean, on the traction side, yes, we just want to see a upward of growth in terms of number of clients in the US markets.
Well, it's been great, Radhika, to learn about Legal Book's endeavors. So now if I ask you to look back and reflect on your journey, what according to you are the top three factors that you believe have contributed to your business success?
I think one of the most important, and I think it's a very loosely used word, but it's passion. Because since inception, I had a passion to solve problem, and it's more than passion is the grit.
Yeah.
I mean, passion is just a very adjective, I can say, but grit is the actual verb which keeps you going on. So it's grit, then it's about adaptability and resilience. So a startup has to navigate paths faster than it thinks, pivot the models faster than it actually apprehends. So I think adaptability to the markets, adaptability to the customer requirements is something, and resilience, of course, to keep going, keep doing, keep building, keep failing at a better, the earlier rate, better pace. So I think that helps. And last but not the least, it's about execution. I think the key word here is to execute more than to plan.
Okay, so let's move on to our concluding round, which is basically a quick lightning round of five rapid fire questions. Are you up for it?
Yeah, of course. As
Okay.
long as I'm going to get a hamper for it.
You'll get a hamper for it. Okay. So starting off, Radhika, a book that has had a major influence on your journey.
There's a book called Rework, and I think that has got a major impact on my journey.
Okay. A productivity tool or app that you can't live without.
Productivity tool is my iPad because I start my morning with my iPad and planning my day on it.
Okay. One fun fact about you that most people don't know.
I'm absolutely a sleep lover. I can sleep anywhere, everywhere. And that's something that I enjoy doing in my pastime. I just want to relax and sleep. And then I enjoy very deep sleep instantly.
A quote that you live by.
A quote that I live by is embrace the challenge of unknown, because I think that has the seed of learning, growth, and success.
And finally, what's one piece of advice for the young audience watching this interview?
For the one piece of advice, as I rightly said, is execution. Execute your ideas. They may fail, but you'll not understand unless and until you actually act upon the ideas.
Hmm.
So execute as much as possible than planning, because planning is merely forecasting, and that hardly works. Because I've seen more fantasies on Excel than on Word.
That's true. Okay, thank you so much, Radhika. I hope this was worthy of your time.
Of course, Ankita, thank you. Thank you for interviewing me and being patient with me.
So, Radhika, before you leave, I want you to make a wish for Legal Book that you hope comes true in the near future.
Ankita, just like all the founders in the startup segment, I too wish that Legal Book hits the unicorn milestone as soon as possible. But having said that, I would want to make one wish that Legal Book actually truly wants to aim is to make the world a better and trustworthy place to be.
Hmm.
The transparent the contracts, the lesser the load on the judiciary. The lesser the load on judiciary, justice will happen faster and for the needy at the faster pace.
Well, cheers to a future of streamlined operations and unwavering legal integrity. All the very best, Radhika, and I hope to meet you soon right here.
Thank you, Ankita. Thank you for this Follow Startup platform. I think you're doing a great job. Thanks a lot again.
You're welcome. So, if you'd like to stay updated with the latest developments and business insights from legalbook.io, make sure to follow their channel on follow.us/startup. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next exciting conversation.